Need to know how to love up on your spouse? Do you want to increase or rekindle the love in your relationship? Did the love grow cold, not as hot as it used to be? You can actually start to increase love today by doing this one thing that most people don't talk about. And in this video, I will be sharing that one thing and show you how it is connected to the four types of love in any relationship. And towards the end, I will share some practical steps on how you can increase and rekindle the love that you initially had at the beginning of your relationship. Welcome back to the all new Total Marriage Transformational channel. And if you're new, I'm Dr. Delroy Fredericks of Hope Conquers Marriage Enrichment. And on this channel, I help couples to transform their marriage personally and spiritually so that they can create a more loving and functional family. Now let's get back into the video. When it comes to love, understanding the four types of love the Bible speaks of is critical to the rekindling process in any relationship. Now, these are all Greek words that I'll be using. And the first type of love is philia. Now, philia refers to brotherly or is often exhibited by close friendships, like best friends. That's why sometimes you would hear a husband or wife refer to their spouse as, I refer to them as my best friend. In marriage, a husband and wife may demonstrate this love by the genuine care that they have for each other and through the friendship they have developed over the years. Now, the second type of love is storge, which is the affectionate or familiar type of love. Now, this love is like the love between a parent and a child or a family member. And that's why even in difficult seasons in a marriage between a husband and a wife, this type of love genuinely remains active towards the children, and for good reasons. The third type is eros, and this is familiar to most of us. This is the physical. This is the passionate or sexual love. And even when you go back to the source of this word, you'll see that eros is the source of the English word erotica. Now, it's important to understand, even as believers, that sexual love is God ordained and should be enjoyed between a husband and a wife. Now, there are a lot of feelings, obviously, and there are a lot of emotions that are involved here in the eros or the passionate or the sexual type of love. Now, the last type of love that I'm going to speak about before I connect it all is agape. And this speaks of the most powerful type of love. It's a sacrificial type of love. Agape love is more than a feeling. Agape love involves faithfulness. It involves commitment. It involves an act of the will. Now type in comment. Which one of the four types of love do you believe goes the coldest, the fastest, when there are problems or issues or you're not getting along in your relationship? Type in comment below. Now, if you said eros, you are in the majority because in difficult seasons, eros is sometimes neglected and this would allow it to grow cold really fast. And in some cases, and we got to be careful here, that a neglection of eros can lead to sexual immorality, where one spouse may go outside of the relationship for this to be fulfilled. And we know that that's not God's will for marriage. And that's a whole new topic for a whole new video that I may have to do. And you can type in comment if that's a video that you think would be of interest to you. Type in the comment and I will look into doing a video just on that. So what is this one thing? What is this one thing that connects these four types of love together? This one thing is the choice to choose. I'm going to say that again. This one thing that connects the four loves together that almost no one speaks about is the choice to choose. Comment choice to choose so that I know that you're still with me. Choice to choose. The choice to choose to love even when you don't feel like it. I'll explain this a little bit more later. But for now, the choice to choose. Now keep this in mind as we are going to go into some steps that you can take to rekindling or increasing the love back in your relationship. Knowing this one thing, it's a choice to choose. That's important. So, what are some things you can do? Well, the first thing you can do is that you need to explore the things you did at the beginning of your relationship that help you to grow in love to begin with. I need you to explore, but I don't need you to overthink this. Don't overthink this. Just explore. What do I mean? What do I mean? Well, I always like to say it's a cheat code sometimes I like to use. I like to say, well, if you don't know something, just ask somebody. Right. If you don't know something about what's going on in a relationship, you guessed it, just ask your spouse. So you can say something like, honey, I was just thinking about us and the relationship, and I wanted to ask you, what are some fun things you remember we used to do that we can start to redo since we have not done it in a while? Some things that, you enjoyed that, you remember we had a lot of fun doing. And they don't have to answer right away. You can say something like, let's talk about it a little bit later or tomorrow, or schedule a little time at another time that you can do it. So just ask them, and say, I'd really like to know. Now, whatever information that you get from this conversation, you are going to categorize it based on the 4 types of love. So if a spouse says, I remember when we used to go on long drives and just talk or laugh or be playful in the car. That was fun. Now the light bulb goes off and you are going to check friendship, philia, as an example. Or another example, a spouse might say, you know what? I remember when we would be very creative in the bedroom and role play or even dress up. I'm not instructing you what to do in your bedroom, but that was fun. You will check erotica, eros. Okay. I must admit, most husbands might remember this. Comment agree if you're a husband and you can remember the creativity. You can type agree in the comment. And wives, you can type agree if you agree with your husband in the comment section. One last example. A spouse might say, I remember the times we used to pray together. It made me feel more connected to you. The light bulb goes on and you might check agape. Now, this information is critical. Why? Because you are going to use this information to start the process of rekindling or increasing the love back into your relationship. But I gotta let you know, you'll have to do the work. Type do the work. Type do the work. You gotta do the work. Comment do the work if you're gonna commit to doing the work. Don't get lazy on me. Don't get lazy on me. Now, you can always check out my last video on how to overcome laziness after you finish watching this video. If you have not seen that video already, I'll put the link in the description. But for now, in doing the work, you got to start also by increasing your daily connections with your spouse. What does that help with? Well, if you increase daily connections, and we're talking small connections, it will help you to build emotional connection with your spouse And this is going to help to increase that bond that you have and to increase the love that you so desire. What do I mean? Well, as an example, texting encouraging things or motivating things or fun things, writing a love note or hiding a love note in your spouse's purse or your husband's wallet, as an example. Or if you are looking to rebuild, let's say, the friendship aspect of love in your relationship, go on a date. And by the way, when was the last time you went on a date with your spouse? Type in comment. Type in comment. I want to hear, when was the last time you went on a date with your spouse? Type in comment. Type in the comment, when was the last time you went on a date? Now, a date must be at least 2 to 3 hours. So don't be typing if it's a 10-minute walk. That's not a full date. I'm talking about a date. 2 to 3 hours alone time, you and your spouse. And as a bonus, be intentional to end your date night with erotica, which is going to naturally increase the eros love as you are looking towards rekindling or increasing the love in your relationship. Now, the next thing, you have to commit to individual growth. And this is another area that sometimes we don't talk much about. If you are desiring to increase the love, you have to show that you are growing as an individual in different areas of your life. And here's one thing people don't talk most about. The fastest way to increase or rekindle your love in any relationship is by intentional growth and consciously choosing to love even when sometimes you don't feel like it. Now, to commit to this, I want you to type in comment, grow and choose. And as you grow, you will quickly see that love is not a feeling, but instead, love is a choosing. The feelings, I always like to say this, and sometimes I do it jokingly, but it's the truth. When you make that choice to love, the feelings usually catch up after the choosing. So I know what you might be saying. What do I do after I choose to love? Okay, I'm making the decision. I even typed in comment that I will choose. I typed it. I'm going to commit to that. What do I do after I choose to love? Well, you're going to have to also choose to value your spouse, even in conflicts. Now, here at Hope Conquers Marriage Enrichment Institute, we have done extensive teachings and trainings on how to value your spouse. And you can always check that out. You can always activate the free trial that we give to couples who are interested in that. I'll put the link in the description. But let's get back to that one thing. Because I remember in the beginning of our marriage, I remember I didn't fully get this. But when I got this, it changed everything for myself and wife. When I made the decision, or when I made the choice to value my wife, even when I was mad at her, even when I didn't like something that she did, even when I didn't feel like doing it, I made a conscious decision to value her, to build her up, to let her know she's number one, to let her know that I will always be committed to this relationship. I will not leave this relationship. To always let her know that she matters. That is what makes a difference when you choose to love and you choose to value and you choose to build up your spouse. And this one thing of valuing your spouse is actually you choosing to conform to what the scripture says love truly is. Did you know that agape love is key to rekindling or increasing all the other loves? Did you know that? And here's why. Because in 1 Corinthians 13, we read, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. This is powerful, isn't it? When you master this, when you choose to love, you love in a way that values your spouse. Your love in your relationship will increase and will be rekindled. So now, go love upon your spouse. And as you love upon your spouse, enjoy each other. Now, if you found this video valuable, subscribe. I post a new video every week. And as usual, like, share, and comment below other ways that have allowed you to either increase love or rekindle love in your marriage. And if you want to learn how to overcome laziness to help motivate you to love and to work hard at your marriage, watch this video now. And I'll see you in the next video.